Big Brother is real, and he lives in Beijing. China is compiling a massive DNA database of people the communist government thinks are troublemakers, even those who've never committed a crime. According to Human Rights Watch, China's Ministry of Public Security has compiled a database with the DNA information of more than 40 million citizens. The Human Rights Watchdog says police are creating biometric profiles for people the government considers a threat, including political activists, migrant workers, students, and Uighur Muslims. In some cases, authorities have demanded DNA samples before processing documents, such as residency permits, ID cards, and even passports. Last year, police in Xinjiang province required all passport applicants to submit their DNA. This came shortly after local cops budgeted the equivalent of nearly $12 million for biometric testing kits. Xinjiang province is in the far west of China. It's home to 10 million Uighur Muslims and has a long history of state repression. Human Rights Watch says police in China have wide-ranging powers that make it difficult to refuse giving a DNA sample. The country also has no privacy rights and lacks an independent judiciary. The Human Rights Watchdog says China's DNA database violates ordinary citizens' right to privacy. Similar DNA systems have been outlawed elsewhere, such as in the European Union. Oh well, you know what they say, folks. If you got nothing to hide, you got nothing to fear. Yeah, right. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. It's no surprise that China's paranoid communist government has embraced Orwellian technology to suppress opposition and cling to power. China plans Minority Report-style social credit system. China's authoritarian government plans to implement a dystopian social credit system that uses big data to monitor the behavior of citizens. China's social credit system will monitor social media activity, careers, online purchases, financial and criminal records, and then translate them into a credit score. Citizens will get higher scores if they post pro-government comments and pay bills online. However, scores drop if they post about controversial topics or exhibit what's considered wasteful spending behavior, such as buying imported goods. A person's social network is crucial to determining their rating, because having friends with low credit scores brings one's own mark down too. The system is expected to cover everyone in China by 2020. Someone with a low score may be deemed untrustworthy, and consequences could include difficulties in getting loans, hotel rooms, or even denial of overseas travel. The system is in its pilot phase, with 8 private companies commissioned to set up their own credit databases. Alibaba's popular Sesame system measures users' honesty on China's biggest dating website. Other firms involved include internet giant Tencent and Shanghai Zhenxing, owned by China's biggest insurance and financial group. Facebook built a censorship tool to get into the China market. Facebook has been quietly developing a censorship tool for the Chinese that could hide posts that appear in the newsfeed, all in a pathetic attempt to get unbanned in China. So much for making the world more open and connected, eh, Mark? Facebook has taken down posts in countries like Pakistan, Russia, and Turkey before, but this new tool takes it one step further by preventing content from appearing in the first place. The company would then outsource the censorship software to a third party. In this case, it would probably be a Chinese company with ties to Beijing. This partner would then have full control to decide what posts show up in a user's feed. But hey, as long as Facebook can make more in ad revenue, who cares about pesky details like human rights and stuff, right? Actually, some Facebook employees have quit in protest after working on the software. And as for Facebook, we figure since it's been having such a problem with fake news, they might as well just let the Chinese monitor US content as well. A win-win situation.
China continues its crackdown on fun. A dancer who live-streamed her sexy routines from a bathroom has been shut down by the Chinese government, proving once and for all that the Chinese internet sucks. Dancer Song Zixing shook her booty for an appreciative audience on the popular Chinese social network YY. But rather than bustin' a move, now she's just busted after internet regulators stopped the stream and took her channel down, even though she was fully clothed. We can only guess it was the toilet setting that caused a real stink with China's super fussy internet overlords. The sexy dancer joins a long list of stuff that Chinese internet users are blocked from viewing. That list includes TomoNews and other media outlets such as the BBC, Bloomberg, the New York Times, and even the Norwegian Broadcasting Corporation. And not forgetting a long list of other useful stuff, including Google, Gmail, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Dropbox, Vimeo, SoundCloud. Well, you get the picture. Heck, the Stalinist loonies in charge of China's internet even think women eating bananas is a subversive threat to society. The revolution definitely won't be televised in China. And with such trigger-happy censors working around the clock to keep the public in line, it seems it won't be live-streamed either.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
This is what censorship looks like in real time in China. This is what happens when you're watching TV in China and the topic becomes too sensitive for the central government to handle. The screen now shows a serene picture along with technical difficulties, please stand by, at the bottom written in Chinese. Going back to the beginning of the clip,
this video has gone viral on social media.
Notice how the audio is lagging behind the video here. This is because there is actually someone standing by with their finger on the button waiting to squelch anything the central government doesn't want the Chinese people to see.
Mark Zuckerberg sucks up to Chinese internet security head. Facebook is still banned in China, probably because they already have their own knockoff, Renren. But that's not enough to stop Mark Zuckerberg from surgically attaching his lips to the Chinese government's backside. After showing the world he speaks Chinese, Zuckerberg set his sights on pleasing Lu Wei, the head of China's repressive internet regulator, during Lu's recent US fact-finding mission. When Lu visited the Facebook offices in Menlo Park, Zuckerberg busted out his broke Chinese to welcome the Vice Minister of the State Internet Information Office. Zuckerberg let Lu sit at his desk, where he just so happened to have a copy of David Beckham's book and Chinese dictator Xi Jinping's The Governance of China lying around. I've also bought copies of this book for my colleagues, Zuckerberg told Lu. I want them to understand socialism with Chinese characteristics. Zuckerberg even had a toy mascot of Chinese phone maker Xiaomi on his desk. On a side note, Zhu Guang, the VP of Google knockoff, BEIJING, also accompanied Lu on his US trip. Bet he had a good time during the Google tour.